Good morning, fellas. We are cooked, all right? 1.3 grand down, which means today's a perfect day to make it back, I guess. I mean, like, what else? What else am I gonna do? I gotta train. I was meant to be a rest day, but I'm gonna train because I gotta clear my head. We're gonna come back. We only need 1.3 grand, so I reckon grand in, 2.3 out, take out the original amount, keep going with the grand. Sounds like a plan. Hopefully it turns out the way I'm envisioning it in my head. Rate my odds on that.
Very high.
Odds are very high.
Yeah.
Yeah? Today's a good day. It's Friday. Friday 31st, end of month. And it's a good beginning to the next one. 91.7, not bad, not bad. 91.7 is not bad, because yesterday was what, 91.3, which was the lowest weigh-in. Today's 91.7, which means I haven't gone up in like water weight or anything, which means it's just gonna keep going down and down and down and down and down and down and down. Even though I'm not hitting the lowest weigh-in, I'm like 400 grams away, it's still very, very close to the original weigh-in, which is, a lot of people tweak out. Even if I woke up today and I was 92.8 or 93 and I gained 2 kilos, quote unquote. You don't really gain fat. You can't gain fat that quickly. That is never the case. That's why loads of people don't want to fucking diet, because when you start dieting, something happens. You step on the scale, you lose the initial bit of water weight, you see progress, and then it stops. And then one day it goes up, and then another day it goes up, and then another day it goes up, right? And then the thing is, that's why people would like quit, right? Because they're like, fuck, this isn't working, my calories aren't right, whatever, I'm doing this shit, I'm putting all this work, I'm starving, and nothing's working. It's gonna drop. If you are in a calorie deficit and you know that you're in a calorie deficit, right? Which if you're eating less and doing all the stuff you should be doing, you know that's the case. It might go up, right? It might go down initially for some days, then it might go up, but it will eventually drop back down. That's how it works. You also have to remember when you're dieting, you're gonna look like shit a lot of the time because, right, as you get in a deficit, your glycogen storage is going to be depleted, which means your muscles are going to look flat, which means to yourself, if you're pretty high body fat, not only are you going to be high body fat, but your muscles are also going to be flat, which means you're now going to look fat and flat, which is completely cooked. It's the worst combo possible, but it's what you got to do. And even if you're lean, or lean-ish, right, and then you start dieting, and then like after a week, you're like, oh, I look like shit. It's going to get better, right? Trust me. Your muscles deplete. You start losing body fat. When you start losing body fat, you start seeing your muscles more. And then one day, you can do a little refeed if you like, or just over time, you will lose the body fat and then your muscles are going to look proper, right? Your body's just adjusting. Give it some time. Don't tweak out. If you start tweaking out like that, it's dumb. Because you're just going to stick to it. Like, it's just like delayed gratification, essentially. Like, it's not today, it's not tomorrow, it's not in a week. It's probably going to be in like 3 weeks that you're actually going to see some mad changes. I'd recommend you take a picture or two right now. If you're dieting or you're bulking, and actually have something to look at, you're like, oh right, yeah, I'm definitely different. 2 electrolyte tablets in the jug, 1.5 liters of water, perfect, mate, perfect for breakfast. Jug, 2 electrolyte tablets, gonna get me nice and hydrated. Pump is gonna go crazy. Mix it with overdrive pump. Wow, can't wait to hit the gym. I've made a huge lapse in judgment. No, seriously, listen. All right, I've seen a few comments, and I've had a little think about this, yeah? As much as it's funny to most people, to some people, it's really like, it's like giving an alcoholic alcohol, yeah? So, I'm not going to post too much gambling on YouTube because it's like triggering to people. Like, actually, not like triggering, saying like, you're triggered. No. It actually triggers people to like, it makes them remember like all the bad things that happen to them during gambling, how much money they've lost. People are actually in debt. Like, it's actually quite bad, right? And I don't want to be promoting that. So what we're going to do is I'm not going to force anybody to watch it on YouTube, right? So we're just going to completely get rid of it on YouTube. Maybe post a highlight here and there if something absolutely ridiculous happens. But I'm just going to do it on Kick. For the people that want to see it, you can seek it out yourself and watch it. I think that's fair, instead of me putting in a YouTube video where you would expect maybe gym content, right? You with me? So, I'm sorry. It was fun. And to me, it's not like an addiction. So I don't want to like, you know what I'm saying? I'm okay. But for some people, it becomes a bad thing. So I'm just going to leave it. And if you want to seek it out yourself, it's going to be on Kick. And that's that. And I apologize if I've triggered anybody to like gamble again or fucking even rethink everything bad that's happened to them because of gambling, because it is quite bad. And when you don't have the money, it is quite bad, right? So, yeah. No more gambling on YouTube. We're just going to stick to gym content just like always. And I've got a little topic for you, actually, later on in the video after the gym, that I'm going to talk to you about because it's quite interesting, all right? What was saying about the new drip? What was saying about the new drip? I got one of Lucy's hats. Instead of beanies. Obviously, I'm not gonna wear this one because this one's literally like the goofiest little silly little thing ever. Because it's literally Lucy's.
You look like a cutie though.
I look like about 12 years old. Hey guys, welcome back to my family YouTube channel. Today we're gonna be drawing Legos and putting Orbeez in a swimming pool.
And making at-home slime.
Like for real, this time, yeah. I read a few messages from people and a few comments, and they were like, I lost X amount, thousands, on gambling, and it reminds me of me, and then like, I don't want you to do that, and then there's other people that are like I see people like, I want to start gambling, and I don't know, I can't distinguish the jokes from the non-jokes, because it's just text, right? But I'm sure there's going to be a guy out there who's going to watch one of my videos, he's going to get interested, be like, oh, this sounds like harmless fun, and then he's going to spiral down into like actually just going on slots every day and waste his whole paycheck. Which obviously, I'd rather just stick to the gym stuff, alright? So yeah, I'm just going to stick to gym stuff. Fuck all that, mate. Alright, anyways, we've got pull. Should have been rest day, but it's not, because I'm just tweaking out. Like, it's always like when I'm on a cut, I usually like don't bench press, deadlift, or squat, just because like if I do, I'd rather kill myself, yeah? So I'm not doing all that. Not on a cut. So usually it ends up that like, I just do like bodybuilding type training. And it's not that taxing, and it's really fun, and it's really easy to do. Doesn't take that much recovery. So I just back to back push and pull sessions, skip legs, and just have a good time. And I don't take as many rest days as I should, even though I should take the rest day. I don't, and then eventually I do. But yeah, meant to be a rest day, but it's not. Pre-workout is going to solve the problems. Despite the fact that today was meant to be a rest day, that was actually a fucking insane session. It felt so good. Like, I don't know what was going on. Maybe it's because I'm just like leaner, I'm just like more agile, I feel better, I'm just fucking, you know. Or maybe it's just the fact that because I'm leaner, I feel like training is a little bit more fun. You get to actually see, like, I literally see myself swelling up during the session. It's pretty cool. Because when you're on a boat, when I'm on a boat, you get a pump, yeah, it's sick, but you can't see it. You can't see the veins, you can't see the striations, you can't see anything going. And if you're a little bit leaner, it's like a little bit more fun, right? Anyways, we are gonna go home. We have to go eat, and then after we eat, we're gonna go stream on Kick. Not gonna put any highlights in the video, like I said. I'm not gonna force you to watch anything, because the more I think about it, the worse it actually is, and I am sorry. All right, I'm sorry for putting you through it. Like, it's fun when it's with your mate or something, but yeah, it's just, yeah, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. So I'm just not gonna dwell on it. But we do have another topic on the video that I'm gonna talk to you about. All of my cycles that I've done. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I've done from the beginning till today, because I think it's quite interesting, number one, and number two, I get people messaging me all of the time with the stuff they take, and it is absolutely atrocious, the stuff that people take, the doses people do. So I think it's just, I'm not an educator. I'm not telling you. It's nothing but perspective that I want to give, okay? Because people are silly with what they take, and I want to warn people with what I've done. I think it's going to be overall a positive experience, hopefully. You let me know what you think about that after I tell you. All right, so let's go home, let's go eat, let's do whatever we need to do. Be there in a second. See you soon. Topic of the video. Every single steroid cycle I've done, or what I've taken, whether they're cycles or not, you can be the judge. Here's exactly what I've taken, everything I've taken. Here's what I've taken away from taking those things as well, because I've made mistakes along the way. Here we go. All right, I've got a little list here. I had a Snapchat, my old Snapchat, which had all of the pictures of me like documenting everything along the way, and then I changed phones, logged me out. My old phone number was connected to that Snapchat, and now I'm cooked. And I have that Snapchat, and I tried to access it from my PC. Recovery email is some email that I made in 2010, whenever I made Snapchat. Do you know what I mean? And I'm cooked. But I've got it all written down because I was like, I backtrack everything back to like my pictures and stuff on my phone. So here's exactly what the chat is. All right, here's what the chat is. August 2022 is where everything began. It actually began in July, sometime in July, but it was late July. I don't exactly remember the date. Like I said, the picture was deleted. So I had a picture on my Snapchat. It was August 2022. Call it July, August, whatever, same thing. Test 200 milligrams per week is what I took initially. And that was for a really long time because my idea was I'm going to try this, see what happens. If anything happens, how it is, if I like it, whatever. Start off really small because this is basically TRT plus, like sports TRT, whatever. Just a little bit, right? To dip my toe in the whole performance enhancement stuff. So that was test 200 a week. That started in August. I ran that until March 2023, which is pretty long time. I didn't add anything. I didn't touch anything up until March 2023. So how many months was that? Okay, Google, what's August until March? How many months is that?
There are 7 months from the 1st of August 2023 until the 1st of March.
Okay, so for 7 months, I ran that 200 milligrams test, and I'll be honest with you, it was just the way I would expect. So it was me. I felt normal. I had a little bit increased sex drive. I felt like I was recovering better, and I built a lot of muscle. I was like 200 milligrams. It like blew my head off. Essentially, I was like, this is fucking crazy. I put like 20 something kilos on my bench. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous what I managed to do with what I did, which to me instantly went to show. I was like, people taking 500 for the first cycle, taking fucking multiple compounds for the first cycle, taking all this stuff. I was like, you guys are insane. You either don't train, you either don't eat, you don't sleep, or you're just cooked, right? So in March 2023, I decided I wanted to try Anavar because I was like, that's the next simplest, least harmful steroid, right? Obviously, all steroids are harmful to your health, but I was like, this is the least harmful one, along with Primo, obviously, but we'll get onto that. I tried adding 20 milligrams of Anavar a day, and that was the biggest mistake I've made since I've started taking PED. So I don't know whether it was real Anavar or whether Anavar doesn't agree with my body. From that Anavar, I got extreme cystic acne. And when I tell you it's extreme, it was like so bad. Now looking back on it, right, I didn't want to believe it. I was convinced it was everything else. I tried changing my diet. I tried showering like 2-3 times a day. I tried all the scrubs. For some reason, it wasn't going through my thick skull that it was Anavar. Like it just wasn't going through my thick skull because you read everything online, you hear everything, and you ask, and you're like, Anavar doesn't cause acne, and so it shouldn't have, right? So I was like, it's the tanning moisturizer, it's my hygiene, it's my diet. I changed everything, and it was fucked. So then I was like, okay, well, I added Anavar in. Eventually, I came to, I was like, I added Anavar in, only 20 milligrams, right? And that was must be causing it. Took it out, and my acne was so bad at that point. I was like, really, just fuck it. I was really upset. By the way, I was really upset with my acne. So the Anavar was either fake or it just my body doesn't agree with Anavar. Either way, I'm not gonna touch Anavar ever fucking again because it's just I still have scars. Like I still have like not scars. They're post-inflammation hyperpigmentation. Like it's like when you get acne, then it goes away, but the like purpley red marks remain. It's completely really really annoying. It looks awful. So in July of 2023, I put 2033 here. I don't know why. I took out the Anavar. I don't know when I took the Anavar out, but I took out Anavar, so obviously the Anavar is out. And then I started to take 350 milligrams of test. Now, I don't know why I did 350 milligrams. I assume it's because of the way drawing goes and the concentration. It must have been just easier to remember a number in my head. So I did 350 milligrams of test, but then I realized, I was like, okay, well, I think this is a bit too much for me because I was getting some side effects. So I felt like I was bloated a little bit in my face. I felt like I was holding a lot of water. When I lifted my socks up, I was holding a lot of water, so edema. So I was like, okay, well, my estrogen must be through the roof. So I lowered the dose of test to 300. I know it's a tiny little difference, but in my head, it made a difference. And I added 200 milligrams of Primobolan, which was in August of 2023. So 300 test, 200 Primobolan. And after a couple of weeks, the estrogenic side effects still persisted. So I upped the Primo to 300 in October. So 300 test, 300 Primo was my first cycle. That was after a year of being on test 200 and dabbling on Anavar, which was just completely a waste of time. 300 test, 300 Primo. That was in October of 2023. And then in December of 2023 is when it finished. And I went down to a 200 milligram cruise of test, which is the same thing, which is just sports TRT, right? is the term for it. It's not actually TRT. It's not sports TRT. It's just how it's called. And then we've got in February of 2024, after a couple months on the cruise, I decided, I was like, okay, I'm in a good position. I'm very lean. I was happy to go and do what worked for me again, which was the 300 test, 300 primo, which my body just agreed with. So in February of 2024, boom, did that. Did a massive bulk recently. I was chasing a 200 kilo bench. I ate some deadlift PRs as well. Put on a ton of muscle. I'm not trying to glorify the steroids. It's just that they just work, right? There's a reason why people take PEDs. They fucking work, okay? They'll get you stronger. They'll get you bigger. You shouldn't take them. Don't take them. It's really stupid, obviously. But what I'm saying, these are just my experiences, right? I've definitely experienced more hair loss. I've definitely experienced side effects like, acne. I guess maybe there's been points where I felt more aggressive than I otherwise would have, like pissed off internally. I'm pretty pissed off guy in the first place, right? Like I don't really go out and scream at people, but you get angry, right? Everybody gets angry. And I felt like the anger was a little bit exaggerated by androgens, which makes sense. The more you take, the more likely you are to, get a little bit hot-headed sometimes, which makes complete sense. In February of 2024, that was the beginning of the cycle, 300 test, 300 primo. And then in May 2024, so it was only a short little bulk cycle, because I don't want to be exposed to high doses or, a long period of time on them. So I only did like 2 months, 2 and a bit months, or whatever it is. So 300 test, 300 primo, boom. And then as of right now, I am down to a 175 milligram cruise of test, because I was like, why am I even on 200? If TRT for the average person is like, you can probably get away with like 120. That's actual TRT if you get it from a doctor, like 120, 130 maybe if you're pushing it, like your level's going to come back really high. So I was like, I don't know why I'm even pushing the top end. I was like 175 and I feel fine. I feel great. I feel normal. My sex drive's fine. My training feels fine. My sleep is great. I feel normal. My emotions are fine. You know what I mean? Like emotions are never out of whack, but I'm saying like I just feel fine. So there's no 200 is unnecessary in my opinion and for my body, from what I know. Some people cruise on 250, some people cruise on 300. They don't go lower than 300, which in my opinion is fucking crazy. Some people cruise on 150, some people cruise on 120. Your choice, right? I just tried 200 before. I'll probably go and cruise on 150 next time, because if I can lower the amount I take, that's ideal in my opinion. Because if anybody knows anything about taking PEDs, right? Like the doses I've taken for the duration I've taken them is really small and really short, because I'm not looking to just be some massive bodybuilder. What I'm looking for is literally what PEDs were made for, which is performance enhancement when I need them, right? So when I'm going on a bulk and I'm chasing a goal, I'm thinking, all right, let's put a little bit more fucking sauce in the pot. You know what I'm saying? So those are all of my cycles that I've done. If I'm going to run another one, it will be exactly the same as before. It will probably be 300 test, 300 primo. It agrees with my body. I'm not looking to get any side effects. And I know that it's just, if you want to get bigger and you want to get stronger, yes, the drugs help, obviously, the performance enhancing drugs, that's what they're made for. However, the most important thing, without a doubt, is food and sleep and training really hard, right? Those are the variables. Without those, you're not getting fucking anywhere. Take all the steroids you want, you're not getting anywhere, all right? So yeah, those are my cycles. If you enjoyed the video, shoot us a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, boys? Much love.